Welcome to the Limit Free Life Show. I'm Michelle Perkins, your host. I bring you tips, advice, and guest stories about creating work you love. Whatever type of career or business you have or want, I want to help you find more meaning, money, and happiness. Now we are live from Hollywood. Hello, hello, and welcome. Welcome to the Limit Free Life Show. We are here every Wednesday at 1 o'clock at the beautiful Sunset Gower Studios in Hollywood, California. I'm Michelle Perkins. I'm your host today, and every time for the Limit Free Life Show, actually. I have a fantastic guest with me today. I'm super excited to introduce you to her in just a minute. So it's a great show. If you're in need of positivity and all kinds of wonderful ways to pick yourself up, she is the girl who's going to really help us today. And I already feel the energy in the room. So very excited to introduce her to you all. Limit Free Life, we bring this show to you every week to help you to create work you love. This is a show designed for career professionals, business owners, and people who just want to create more fulfillment, fun, and financial prosperity in their life. So we talk a lot about careers, we talk a lot about business growth, and we talk a lot about money, particularly your relationship with money and money mindset. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and introduce you to Jillian Sommerfeld. And I'm going to tell you a little about her before we get into a great conversation that I think you'll have some wonderful takeaways from and get a lot of new insights from. So Jillian Sommerfeld is revered as an up-and-coming positive force in the health and wellness community. Hailing from a long line of functional medicine experts, Jillian has over 8 years of experience. She focuses on the relationship between food and mood, with an emphasis on self-love and healing. Her newly developed Clarity program has helped numerous individuals of all ages and backgrounds better understand their relationship to self and nature through training of healthy thought, acknowledging love and acceptance. Jillian works with you to create a unique roadmap to achieve positive, dynamic change at a cellular level. A nutrient-rich lifestyle is something Jillian strives to achieve every day. Based off her own motivation to heal and grow, Jillian has cleared a path through our fast-paced, modern-day distractions in an effort to achieve a steadiness and calmness that provides the platform for transcendent thought and feeling. With this vibrant connection to the world, Jillian has now turned to education as a means to help others reach their own sense of clarity and calmness. So join Jillian in this movement away from distraction and into calmness by manifesting and practicing self-love through food and mood. So Jillian, welcome.
Hi. Hi. Thank you for that. That was great.
Good. Well, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. And I know this is going to be such a fun show. Sometimes you just know ahead of time that it's going to be great.
Yes.
So, go ahead and just, that was kind of a more formal bio. So why don't you tell us just a little more about yourself, your background, how you got into this? We'd love to hear your story.
Well, I am a positive life activist. That title was given to me on the news. I was on the news on the CW and ABC. I pretty much started my self-discovery tour about 8 years ago. I call it my self-discovery tour, where I just woke up one day, I realized my life wasn't necessarily reflecting what I wanted it to be, and I ruthlessly started changing it for the positive, changing it for the better, and then sharing it with people. I started sharing it live on Instagram. I had a quick relationship with YouTube for a little bit, and then I just decided that I was just going to go straight for the Instagram. And from doing that, I just got a lot of traction. I got a lot of positive feedback. I got a lot of just amazing opportunity from doing it. I actually ended up in a music video. Just really good things started happening. So I figured this was a great opportunity for me to share it with as many people as possible. And then also do it in an authentic way, you know, like show the down moments, show the full process. I started diving really heavily into food and nutrients because my aunt and my cousin own a laboratory in Mount Prospect, Illinois. It's called Direct Healthcare Access, and they focus on nutrient therapy. Like they have a test called the cryptopyrrole test. And it's all based off of nutrients, your neurotransmitters, just pretty much how food really helps support your moods. So by me kind of looking at life around me and realizing that I had all of these tools in front of me, I started educating myself on it.
Right.
And then by doing that, I started telling people about it, and it now has turned into this. So
I love that.
Yeah.
That says so much about what you were putting out there, because you had such a good response that it's a great way in business to know that you're onto something. I mean, if you have a product or a service and you're trying to sell it, and it might seem great to you, but if nobody or a few people are interested, then there's that disconnect. But when you put something out there and you immediately get a response like that, you know that
Yeah, it shows that you're aligned. It shows that you're working in your purpose. It shows that you are just doing what your happiness is, because you're getting results, and you're not so confused about the bigger picture anymore. You still have confusion in the day-to-day, but it doesn't really have that much of a negative effect on you, because you understand where you're going, because those moments feel good.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And it helps build your vision. You probably had a vision, and then when people start, wanting what you're offering, then it helps that vision grow. Yeah.
You're like, wait, what? Like you want my secret sauce? Okay. Like let me show you, let me share. Like this is what's going on. But my main practice is like, I don't want you to be like me. Like I don't want to be your guru. I don't want to be anything. I want you to be you. Like I literally want people to be who they are. Yeah. And I want, I just really try to, it's just about being authentic, like being yourself and not being scared to be that. And then people get inspired by the honesty and the transparency. So, that's kind of.
Yeah, we've had a number of people talk about authenticity. And, I think when you're listening and trying to learn about business or career matters, you don't necessarily expect to hear so much about authenticity, but it keeps coming up over and over, because that makes a business more successful, I think, especially in today's world.
Yes.
So many options, and you really have to feel like you're connected with, whoever you're buying from, and understand that person.
And it's being okay with the outcome. Like if you're really truly being yourself and you're authentically being yourself, and say like, you sit there and you let go of all expectations, and you just allow what's supposed to come to you, you at least get a reflection of like what you're working with, where you're at. And then okay, well, here's my vision. How much do I have to push? How much more do I have to like align up? How much more what's my bigger reach? Do you know what I mean? So then you could actually get to that vision, because it's all about, I have like this like, I guess it's leveling up. It's a leveling up thing where all of a sudden you have these low moments, and then you just rise up higher. And then you realize, okay, so that low moment was obviously showing me something about myself that I needed to maybe pay attention to and redefine. And and then all of a sudden you get to this other higher place, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
What? So I just had to go through that low moment for a little bit. I had to acknowledge some things about myself. And now look at where I'm at,
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. And that's, I remember Lisa Nichols. I don't know if you're familiar with her, but she used to talk about the breakdown before the breakthrough.
Yes.
And there's so much to that. So when you're in those low moments, you kind of have an option to quit or give up, or you just keep going. And yeah.
And I've always kind of, I definitely see a lot of the self-help books and a lot of the people, and to be honest, I don't really know a lot of them. I know Deepak Chopra, obviously. I know Tony Robbins, the whole guru thing. Like I definitely resonate with that. but everyone else, Breen Brown, my cousin, sent her
Brene
to me.
Brown?
Yeah, Brene Brown
Yeah,
sent her
great.
to me, and she was like, yeah, some of the things she talks about are really...
She's so about authenticity.
Yes, and that's so important. And but while I'm forming whatever this is going to be, I kind of just stick to my mind. Like I really spend time in myself, because we're stimulated by all of these things every day, with like Instagram and Facebook. Not saying these platforms aren't absolutely amazing, because they are. They're great. I'm so grateful for them. But it's so important to take time to go inside of yourself and let those things form.
Yeah, absolutely. You can get very paralyzed too by watching everybody else. I mean, that's the whole comparison thing, and trying to be like them, or trying to use their business formulas or whatever it is. And it actually, you might pull a few good ideas out of there, but I think overall it slows you down.
Yeah, it does. It really does. Because you don't want to carbon copy. Like you do have something that lives inside of you. And that's what makes you so beautiful, because you're one of a kind.
Right.
There's nobody else out there like you. So if you can really take the time to tap into that, holy cow, your life changes. Speaking from like experience. Yeah, I stopped looking out and I started looking in, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh my God, my life. I'm so grateful.
Well, and ultimately, at least for me, I think a lot of it is about freedom. And if you can't be yourself, you're never really going to have that limit-free life, because that you have to. I mean, I can't imagine any other way of doing it. So,
yes.
But how do you advise other people to maybe find their authenticity a little bit? It seems like it kind of, you've figured it out, and maybe it was easy for you. I don't know, but
it wasn't easy.
Okay, good. Well, let's hear that story.
So the process is not easy. It definitely is something that you have to buckle your seatbelt and kind of like go along for the ride. I am so grateful for all of my ups and downs and everything in between, because I truly believe it formed me into who I am today. And I'm so proud of myself. And I could say that in like the most like, I don't know, I just am every day I wake up and I go, wow, I can't believe that, I'm here. And I'm very grateful for my day to day. So one of the things, the tips, art. I like creativity. I believe every human being out there, even the most like, straight edge Excel spreadsheet types of human beings, they do have creativity in them, because I've seen it. I've worked with people like that, and they actually have way more creativity than they give themselves credit for. And when they have those breakthrough moments, the euphoria that you experience with them is so beautiful, because it's like they are seeing sides of themselves that they never really even knew existed, and experiencing that is unbelievable. So I think creativity is a huge thing. Grab a pen or colored pencils and a piece of paper and just doodle, like free, just like it doesn't need to look any other way than what your brain wants it to look like, because nobody's judging you. So I think creativity was a big part of it. I am a dancer, so for me, music, get lost in the music. Pay attention to the music that you're listening to, how it resonates with you, because the music does tell you your mood.
It has such an impact on your mood, doesn't it?
Yeah. So music was a big part of it. Food, switching your food habits. I always kind of ate healthy, but I always had a very interesting relationship with food. I can tell you that much. Just from being a dancer and the pressure, a dancer by trade, there's a lot of pressure to look a certain way. So I just started rediscovering my food. I started kind of allowing myself to dabble into different types of creativity with it. I was blessed enough, though, to have my grandma on my dad's side of the family, my dad's mother. She is very into healthy eating. So I did live with her for a little spat in my life, and being around that was amazing. My mom always cooked dinner for us. We always had, it was just, I just had to get back in touch with my roots.
Right.
That's kind of what it was. So I took time to understand where I came from.
Nice.
And especially when it came to food.
Right.
Like what was my family's relationship with that, with this simple thing of food. So food was another self-discovery thing. And so it was Yeah.
Yeah, I want to just address the fact that this isn't business talk, but without that kind of positive mood and being healthy, you really can't reach the goals that you want to reach. You can work really, really hard, and you can have your head down and sit at the computer for 12 hours a day, but that is far less effective than being upbeat and feeling good and feeling healthy, and the energy that you get for that makes you so much more productive. I feel like you can work half the time and get more done if you're just in that state of great health and good mood.
Yeah.
So it is a business. It is a business tool.
Yes. If you feel good, you're doing good things. And that's just what you're putting out. If you're putting, these lower frequencies in your body of just like not necessarily the healthiest food. And don't get me wrong, there are days where I do eat the cookie. Like if I want some chocolate chip cookies, I am going to have one, you know, but I don't make it part of my everyday. Like I have my it's all a mindset. Yeah. It's like I look at food as medicine. It really does help me become more energetic with my business choices. I become more aligned. I'm more intuitive. I just know my intuition is on just like 500 right now because I'm eating healthy. I'm drinking water. I take supplements. I really, really I understand my worth now. And I used to exist in a frequency where I didn't understand my worth. And I definitely was projecting that out into my life. And until I recognized like, wow, this doesn't reflect like what's going on inside of me and made that choice. Yeah. That's how I got here. It was work. Like these awakenings that people talk about and these like they're way more than burning sage and crystals. Right. They're like like you
that's fun. It helps.
It is. It's fun and it helps 100%. Those things help. Yeah. But it's like it is a full transformation.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think you have to keep it up. You have to keep doing whatever you're doing and continue to learn and add to that whole equation. So it's kind of a lifetime process.
Yeah, so you got to fall in love with it.
Yeah, exactly.
And you fall in love with it when you fall in love with yourself. That's like the main thing. When you fall in love with yourself in a egotistical way, like you don't have to be this selfish person. Like I even prep people about it. I go, hey, I'm in this space in my life where I'm truly focusing on my goals. I love you. I respect you. But like, this is where I'm at. I'm not being selfish by any means, but I got to go to bed at 8:30 because I wake up at 5:30 a.m. Why do I wake up at 5:30 a.m.? Because I'm really excited to live my life.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So it's like, and if people want to be a part of it, they respect you. It's that simple rule. Maybe Dr. Seuss said it or something like the ones that mind don't matter and the ones that matter don't mind.
Oh, I love that. I don't know. That's a great saying.
I think that's what it is. I might have reversed it. I don't know. I'll have to replay this. Either way, you guys get the point.
Either way.
Yeah, it works. Yeah, so it's committing. That's it. Yeah.
I love that because you do have to feel worthy to go out there and be seen, show up, and you're on Instagram and having a good time, and a lot of people are afraid to do those things because they just don't feel they're there yet. They're not ready. They're not, they haven't learned enough or sold enough or whatever it is to feel like they can show up in the world in a big way. And same goes for earning money. People have trouble selling or asking people to buy from them or to offer their products and services because they just don't feel worthy, really. But what you're saying really builds that in people.
Yeah, don't think about it. Just do it.
Oh
seriously.
my gosh.
I started my company blind. I had no idea even what an LLC was. I took $2,000 that my grandma gave me. I told her I wanted to go put a down payment on a car. And instead of doing that, I just started my company. And I literally was like, all right, this is what it's going to look like. Yeah. And I committed to it. And I just, my advice, just do it. And don't be afraid to show who you are. And even if you don't know necessarily who exactly you are, that's kind of the battle too. Some people are like, I don't really know who I am. Well, that's a start. Yeah. At least you're saying it. Cool. Right. All right. Guess what? You're not alone.
Right.
And you're okay. And it's okay not to be okay.
Right.
There were moments where I'm not okay.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, cool, great. Now let's work through it together.
Yes, it's really, really important. And I do a boot camp this time of the year. It's a 30-day boot camp to help you really figure out who you are, get rid of the confusion about that and what you want. And
that's amazing.
those are the big questions. Who am I and what do I want? They're simple. They should be simple. They're questions that seem really easy to answer, but they never are for people.
Yeah.
So
it's overcomplicating it.
Yeah.
It really is as simple as being like just defining even the smallest thing. Like, okay, what's your favorite color?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. You were going to talk about color a little bit.
Colors are huge. Colors can stimulate different chemical responses in your mind. Mm-hmm. So like orange, for instance, that's a very happy color. Yellow. I wear a lot of yellow because yellow is happiness. It's joy. It's excitement. Blue. Blue is, nature, air, freedom. Also, if you're into chakras, I understand. I have studied a lot of different modalities. Chakras, blue, your throat chakra. So using your voice, having a voice. There are these little things that you could kind of tap into, and then you for me, I pull these things intuitively. Like I definitely don't do it strategically. I do things. That's another thing that I'm trying to get out there as much as possible. Is a lot of these tools. It's more so to have it be in your box of gifts, I should say, where something you could tap into. So like when you're getting ready in the morning, intuitively go. Like if you are going through your clothes and all of a sudden you pull a red shirt, there's a reason why you're pulling that red shirt.
Yeah.
There is.
Yeah.
What's your why? And it actually is cool to ask the question of why.
Mm-hmm.
You learn. That's another thing of self-discovery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You understand a little bit about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like what is it you want to put out into the world?
Right.
Yeah.
And it's so great to be that conscious of all the things, including what you're going to, pull out of your closet that morning. And it's funny because I thought about wearing a black dress today, and I thought, you're such a positive, upbeat person. I thought, I don't know what I did wear, but yeah.
I love that color, by the way. This is one of my favorite. I love mustard yellow and burgundy maroon. I just love it.
Well, it's still dark, but I thought coming to do the show with you, I just couldn't wear all black. It was, I don't know, it was funny.
I like it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yay! Woohoo! Okay, so it's working.
Yeah. No, these things they're small, but they matter.
Oh, they matter big
a
time.
lot to your mood and to
small things matter. The small things matter more than the big things because the small things are what make up the big things. Mm-hmm. And as soon as you realize that, you're just really conscious and mindful about your day to day. Yeah.
I used to have a coach who would say, "Small hinges swing big doors." And it's such a great saying because it's just beautiful. These little things just add up and create big things. But, it just takes the little actions. So
little tiny actions. Yeah. It's a great thing.
I love what you were saying about the creativity, too, because I think that is really difficult for people in their careers. I think a lot of people are unhappy in their careers because they don't have an opportunity to create in them.
Yeah.
Which is one of the really great things about being a business owner.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's a whole thing in itself. Even if you wake up every day and you're going to a job that you don't enjoy and it makes you not happy, but you feel stuck, first off, you're never stuck. You really aren't. It all is just about making a choice. I get so passionate about this. I was talking about it on my Instagram. I'm like, what if she asks me something? And I just get so passionate. But it's the truth.
We hope.
Yeah, no, you are never stuck. You really can change. You can make these choices for change. And yeah, it might in the moment feel like the world is ending because you are ending a phase of your life, but at the same time, if you really stay focused and define what it is that you love to do, that change is that feeling of weight, that heaviness is temporary. Mm-hmm. It's temporary. And then the joy that's going to come after that, oh my God, it's so worth it.
Right.
When I went this life change, I broke up with my boyfriend. I thought I was going to marry him. I changed my whole entire life. And in that moment, I felt death. And my grandma actually said to me, she goes, well, yeah, because you were choosing death. And I was like, okay, that's, I remember walking and hearing that, and I was like, that's so heavy. And then I thought about it, and I was like, well, in a way, I kind of was, because your spirit lives through your happiness. So if you're doing things that aren't necessarily making you happy, like going to a job that you don't like, you can always make money. Like, you can always make money doing something. It's just making that choice of like, what's your driving factor? Like, what do you want it to be? Like, what's your driving factor? Like, what is it? Is it the money? Are you chasing the money? Okay, well then if you're chasing the money, that's all you're ever going to chase.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like, we were talking about allow prosperity into your life. And the way you allow prosperity into your life is when you align up with the things that make you happy.
Right. Right.
And if it means you're going to be anything, like it's anything. You just detach from the money.
Yeah, and that really leads me into some money mindset, because that's that idea that you can always make money, I think, isn't most people's mindset.
No.
Most people are afraid, and if they feel like they can't always make money, and so they get trapped. And so I love that message that you can always make money.
There's abundance. There's abundance literally all around you. I always go, every single person out, every single human being has some sort of income. They're making some sort of money. They're doing something.
Right.
Okay? It's like, okay, so if it's all around you and the abundance is all around you, all you have to do is discover yourself and define what makes you happy and go be it. And if you go be it, it does come to you.
Right.
Like it really, it does come to you, and you got to drop the fear. Fear is it's good. It's a motivator. If you want to give it a positive spin.
Well, you can give everything a positive spin one way or another.
Thank you. Yes. I mean, it is. Fear is a motivator.
Yeah.
It definitely gets you somewhere, but it will get you somewhere. It'll get you in the right place if you define what it is where you're going.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And being able to, again, it's an awareness thing, because if sometimes it's hard to know if you're afraid, or if you're making a good, careful, cautious kind of decision. So you have to be very tuned into, when you are in fear, and when you're, the kind of fear that should get pushed aside versus the kind of fear that's going to save your life.
Yes. Yeah. And you have to be very in tuned and aligned with yourself to make those choices. And that I truly believe that is food. Like, it really is food. It really is even it's food and lifestyle, and just, I guess food falls into lifestyle. It's all your interactions and stuff. Like, sometimes when I talk to clients, they'll just, I'm having an anxiety attack, and I'll go as easy as, what'd you eat yesterday? How much coffee have you had this week?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. How much coffee have you had? Have you been drinking water? Like, how much, like, just tell me of your habits of the week. What are you doing in a non-judgment way? I don't care. Everyone's human. Like, I really, it's not like I'm here to, like, I just support. Like, I hold space. I'm like, cool, you had a cup of coffee every single day for 3 weeks. Great. I had an espresso yesterday. Like, we're humans, So I just easily, after I identify it, then I let them know, hey, here are some options that you can do very easily to kind of switch that.
Right.
To calm you.
Right.
Because then you go into the world with that frantic mindset, and then all your choices come from that frantic.
Well, and that's exactly the problem. Depending on what your mindset is, when you're making decisions, which we do all day, every day, then, you want those decisions to be made in a good emotional place, because you'll make a totally different decision. And depending on how you feel and what your beliefs are in that moment.
Yes.
So it's really important to keep that aligned and tuned up, so that when you make decisions, you make the ones that will move you forward and not the ones that will keep you where you are.
Exactly. And that's why a positive mindset is so important. Like, even all of the things, the negative things that happen in your life, or the failures, I don't really believe in failures. I think failures are there to show you something, to get you to a better place. They're there like, if you're going through a negative spat or something that's bad, it's just there to show you like you need to make a change. That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah.
And you can, it's looking at it from, it's being positive about it. It's being like, all right, well, I know. And it's dropping your ego and allowing that. I had to admit to so much stuff. Oh my God. Oh my God. It was like literally peeling back. Like I just remember one day just sitting on my ground, hysterically crying. Now, I cry a lot. I think it's an amazing release, but this was like a different cry. And I was like, I can't believe that I was doing that. And I can't believe, but it's that acknowledgement that ultimately gets you to a place of positivity. And it's not, it's like, it just is it, you know? Yeah. And it's okay because nobody is perfect. You define what your perfectionism is in your own mind. Like, you know, it's like, I don't know. I can go on.
Well, we want you to.
Well, for instance, okay, so my friend, she gave me a Christmas tree and the lights don't work. Like there's a portion of it where the lights don't work. And I was like thinking about going and getting lights for it. And I looked at it and I was like, I kind of like it, you know, like, and I left it and I really enjoy the imperfections of it. And I have not one ornament on it. It's just sitting there. And the thing that makes me so happy about it is the fact that my friend gave it to me.
Yeah.
You know, she actually was like, hey, like, and it was something that was so precious to her and her husband. And I just was like, the fact that you even thought to give me that is the sweetest thing. Because I just moved here from Chicago. So, like, I don't really know a lot of people, and I'm not going to go home for the holidays. I'm going to stay here. So it's like the fact that she recognized that and just was so... That's what it's about, you know, and enjoying the imperfections and seeing the beauty within, because it's life.
Yeah,
it really is. Every single person in this world has something,
right?
And they have a story, and it's about accepting and being. It's acceptance.
Yeah,
like you truly accept people. Yeah.
Acceptance is a huge key to being happy, because when you always have expectations that can't be met or whatever, you know, and you can't accept what is, you know, it's hard to feel good.
Yeah, that's a tricky one with family. That's like, I'm going through that one right now. So it's like evolution. That's how I see it. You're never at the end of your journey. Like, I don't sit here being like, oh, I'm holier than thou. Like, I know everything. It's more along the lines of like, I really enjoy sharing the process of it and letting people know, like, you're good. You're so good no matter what you're going through, because it's truly, I've said this a few times, everybody has something they're going through. And if people say the words collective, as like a human race, whatever it is, whatever you believe in, whatever it is, just be a good human, you know?
Yeah.
That's it.
It goes a long way.
It goes such a smile, a nice, how do you do?
Yeah.
You know, like it just really helps. It really helps.
Yeah, and acceptance of what you might need to let go of, too. I know when you get to this time of the year, you look back on your business or your life or your money or whatever, and you think, well, I like to encourage people to think about kind of, you know, looking back, reviewing the year and thinking, what didn't work, too? And what do I need to let go of? Because sometimes we won't accept that something isn't working, whether it's in our business or our job or, you know. And so, you know, any kind of acceptance is good.
Yeah, if it's not working, okay. And so try something else.
Right.
The world is yours.
Yeah, that's a great way to look at it.
Yeah, the world is yours, and it's okay. You can switch. You could change your mind. Why can't you?
Yeah.
You can change your mind any day, anytime. It doesn't make you unreliable. It doesn't make you irresponsible. It doesn't make you, it really doesn't. It just makes you you. And some people are better at, you know, staying the course. And some people are just more better at existing in the gray. And you know what? And so be it.
Right.
I accept all of those people, you know, just as long as you're not hurting people.
Right.
Just as long as you're not out there like purposely hurting people or like not looking at yourself or, you know, if you're stagnant. Those are sometimes I'm like, but then I get more motivated. I'm like, let's talk. I'm working on that.
That's great.
But I mean, that's pretty much what it is.
Well, what are some other tips that you can give people just to be positive? Like,
let's see here. Look at life around you. There's always something beautiful around you that you could focus on. So even if you're in a really dark place, I know when I get in my mood and I'm just in like a really down, which happens because you got to go down to go up, I like to go for a walk. So when you're walking outside, there's so much beauty around you. Like from the flowers. I mixed flowers and plants. The flowers. New word, you guys. So from the plants and the flowers, which are awesome because they grow from little cells and they're miracles within themselves. So when you think you're nothing, you are something. I could tell you that much. To the butterflies that you see, or if you're in the East Coast or the Midwest area, even the snow. Like I know people are just like dreading the cold, dreading the snow, but there is something so beautiful and still about the cold and the snow, and it allows you to appreciate the summer and the spring and when things come to life, because things have to ultimately come to an end in order for new things to start. So like that's at least what I took away from living in the Midwest for so long, the seasons. It made me really understand evolution, which was amazing. So, when you're going for a walk, just look around you, smile at people, even if you're forcing it, because it does have don't force it to the point where you're sitting there like, like a fake grin on your face, like I'm being forced. Try to see the beauty in it, like really test yourself. If you walk past a flower, get close to it and like look at it, and you'd be surprised you would get an authentic response. You will, because it's either a bright color, just a smell. I don't know, like something, or there's even people passing when you're walking. And if you're irritated with humans that day, which sometimes that happens, try to sit there and just be like, okay, well, I'm like this and they're like that. And you take time to allow yourself to change your mind. That's it. You just give yourself a few minutes and you are allowed. That was one of the hardest lessons I learned, was allowing myself like the happiness, even when I didn't feel worthy.
Right.
Yeah. Like
really interesting.
Yeah. Like allow yourself that and know it's all good.
I think we do kind of hang on to those bad moods sometimes, and just we're mad at ourselves, we're mad at the world, and we just stay there. And I think you have to kind of allow yourself and consciously think, do those things, take that walk or whatever that will get you back on track.
I always say don't live there.
Right.
You could feel it. It's there for a reason. That down moment is there for a reason.
Right.
It's there, but just don't live in it, because it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Yeah, it doesn't really serve you.
No. Then you stop your evolution. You stop your growth. If you choose to live in that misery, you're missing out on why that misery is even happening. You gotta I don't know, you just sit there and you're like, all right, I acknowledge you. I acknowledge this horrible mood. But now I'm going to grow from it.
Well, tell us a little more, too, about your business, because we talked just a couple of minutes before we went on air about taking care of business.
Yeah.
And you were talking about, some of the things that you could get into if you wanted, but that you were working on your business. And I thought, that is really important, because especially with what you do, a lot of people just want to go out there and help people and do the work, but there's this business machine in the background that you have to take care of.
You have to take care of that. I'm lucky enough where I attracted like 2 team members that I'm so grateful for, and I seem to be attracting some more awesome people that are kind of guiding me through it. But yeah, you have to create your stability first, because when you create your stability, you just can grow from there. So I promised myself, the goal I set for myself was stability in 2018. And then,
really smart.
Yeah, that's why. So no matter which way it all went, like I'm still dabbling and doing things like this. I'm still very focused on staying open to getting my voice out there as much as possible.
Right.
But first, my main thing was, okay, how am I going to create prosperity in my life so that I feel comfortable enough to do these things, and I can also come from an authentic place, because I can't do my work if I'm in a frantic, desperate state, because then it's not truthful.
Right.
Yeah, it's not real.
Exactly. That's so beautiful, because that is so important for people, especially who are in the service-oriented healing kind of professions, or anybody, doctors, anybody who's out there trying to, work within their expertise. That foundation is necessary, or you won't be able to offer very much. And so when you say stability, what do you mean specifically?
Surrounding yourself with amazing people that are on the same mission that you are. So my friend Marina, she is doing like her zero waste kit right now, and she's on Kickstarter and whatever. Like she's doing it's not whatever. I'm like, whatever. No, she's doing amazing things, and she's somebody that I attracted from the beginning. And she has great things going on. This other kid, Mario, that he is an amazing stand-up person. He's doing a zero waste vegan, or not zero, sorry, a trying vegan with Mario on Roku. It's just surrounding yourself with awesome people. You know what I mean? And it's everybody's kind of working together for the greater good and a greater mission, and we all kind of just go together on it, and we stay focused, and that's a big part of stability, and trusting the people around you. But the main thing is trusting yourself. That's like I've had an issue with the trust thing. It's been because it's my baby. This is my baby, so I'm very particular with who I work with. But stability, you have to. You have to trust yourself, which then allows you to trust other people.
Right. And have you set up certain structures within your business and things to help you also?
I have. So I have I have a lot of things. There is a network of physicians that I work with that are awesome practitioners. They're amazing human beings. They really believe in authentically helping people from the inside out. So a lot of my clients that might be dealing with issues that are a lot deeper than what I can deal with, I outsource them I reference my clients to them. My aunt and cousin do own a functional medicine laboratory, so I do have that avenue as well, where I educate people on the importance of nutrients. I pair up with physicians and practitioners also, where they're able to sign up accounts, like have an account with DHA. So if you are a small business, a small practice, and you're looking to get started with some labs, please reach out to me. My email is jillianloveyourbody@gmail.com. That is a really important hub, because testing yourself is so important. Educating yourself on understanding your nutrients. If you have deficiencies, that really does link to your moods. I, of course, am not a physician or a practitioner. I do not have my PhD, but I am surrounded by awesome people that are. So they definitely have a big input on that. I have, as I said, my other network, which is Marina, who she's a zero waste vegan. She has her Instagram. She's Eco Goddess. She has a Kickstarter. Her and I do a lot of work together. And then Mario, too, he has a cooking show called Trying Vegan with Mario. He's another avenue that, I really value his intellect. So there's a lot of different things. I also am building out another wellness platform. So that's in the works as well right now. So it's just, it's all coming together, but that's pretty much, you got to set up you got to set up more than just one way. I do have my clarity program. I almost forgot about my work. Story of my life. I'm always like, these people are amazing and these people are amazing. I have my clarity program. So I do consultations with people. So if what I'm saying, and I do a whole month program where I do a lot of soul digging and I allow people, it's transformational work. I incorporate a bunch of different modalities. I do tap into my network of people. So when I'm talking about clients, that's like, I outsource them a lot, but I'm able to identify the problems, give them solutions, and then we work from there. So if you're interested, you could go to my website, www.lovebodyfeedsoul.com. On the landing page, there's a book consultation part. So you can book a consultation with me, and then it's 60 minutes of just us reviewing your goals. I asked 3 simple questions that kind of allow me to get an overview. I don't psychoanalyze you. It's not anything. It's a growing. You just grow. That's pretty much what it is. Nice. And then I educate on like nutrients and just, I do a whole bunch of different things to get you to be your best self. So you can just love life,
Yeah. That's great.
That's the plan.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I think that's so important for people, and I hope that everyone will reach out to you and receive some of your positivity as well as some of your knowledge.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And also my Instagram. I know I have to plug that because I'm trying to get to 10,000 followers, but I know I hope so. It's tricky because it takes you away from present life because you set that goal, and I'm such like, all right. But so my Instagram is at Jillian Love Your Body. I know, I'm not sure if you guys put a graphic up here, but there was my wrong Instagram on it. But my right Instagram is, so it says Jillian some. That's not it. It's Jillian. It's Jillian Love Your Body. So that's my at Jillian Love Your Body. So that's my Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
That's all right, though. That was my fault. As I said, you guys, I'm not perfect.
Well, they've heard it. And it's a great Instagram. I'm a new Instagrammer, but I'm really enjoying it. So
thank you. It comes from my heart.
Yeah.
So sometimes some of it's kind of like, but it's my truth. And I stick by it.
I love that. Yeah. Well, I think you've been a real inspiration for people to also live their truth. And
thank you.
It's really a big asset in your business and in your life in general to be who you are and be authentic and feel good and be in a good mood and all of that. So I think it's really, really helpful for people. And it's foundational. And,
yes.
From there you can go anywhere. But without that, it's not as easy. So
this is true.
Yeah. So
thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.
And we loved having you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Yeah. You're a pleasure. I really I can't say how, and what you're doing is amazing. And I hope you know that.
Thank you.
This is so important.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
It's great.
Thank you.
Yay.
So thank you, listeners. We love having you here. Join us on Wednesdays at 1 o'clock. And you can find us live streaming on Facebook on the Limit Free Life page. You can find us on YouTube and iTunes and Spotify and iHeartRadio and a bunch of platforms after the fact. And so please subscribe and share with your friends. We'd love to widen our audience as well. And if you have anything you'd like to see on the show or questions for us, you can email me at michelle@limitfreelife.com. And I've got some programs and some other interesting things going on. I love that you were talking about creativity. Once a month, I do a business and creativity workshop so that you get to do a fun creative project while we learn a little about business. So just go to my website at limitfreelife.com. You can find out some things that I have going on at the moment. So again, thanks for listening and can't wait to see you again next week.
Yay! Thank you again.
Thank you.
You're great.
You're great. I think one of the most important messages I have to share with the world about the work that I do is that your work is yours to create. This is your piece of art that you can create in your life, and there's really nothing stopping you. Overall, most of us can learn what we need to learn and figure out what we need to figure out and create that fabulous career or business that we dream about. And there's really no reason to think that you can't. My name is Michelle Perkins, and I am the CEO and founder of a company called Limit Free Life. And I help men and women to make dramatic change in their lives so that they can have the fulfillment, fun, and financial prosperity that they have always wanted to find through their work. The main services I offer through Limit Free Life are one-on-one private coaching, group coaching, trainings and seminars, and business consulting. My signature service is one-on-one coaching over a period of time, 3 months, 6 months, even a year. It really allows a person to decide on an outcome that they desire, and then for us to work together to really achieve that outcome in full. The type of clients that I typically work with are professional men and women who are driven to do more, who might be entrepreneurs, but also career professionals who work in organizations, who are really looking to do more with their lives and very open to thinking in new ways about what they're doing, and who are willing to take responsibility, do the work, make some changes, and who don't say I can't a whole lot. Clients up-level in a number of ways. For some, they start a business after being in the corporate world. For others, they have an existing business and they really figure out the key and the formula to making that business grow and take off. For some, it's a matter of really developing courage. And for many, it's a matter of up-leveling their view of themselves, what they're capable of, how powerful they are, what their strengths are, and where they can go in life. What I see also is that there's a spark that kind of gets lit, and that flame keeps growing within them, and there are things that they want that maybe they were reluctant to even express that they wanted, and now they just go for it. They have bigger wants and bigger dreams than they had before, and the sense that they can achieve those things. I feel very strongly that money beliefs are foundational to developing a business that can scale and grow and become the business that you want it to be, whatever level of success that is. And for people who feel stuck or their business isn't going the way they want, a lot of times it comes back to some of these money beliefs. So as a certified money mindset coach, I have the training to help people understand where their hidden money beliefs are either interfering in their lives or businesses, or coming into play in some fashion in all the decisions that they're making, both in their business and in their life. The overall mission behind my work is to help people love their work, to find satisfaction, fulfillment, fun, and also to be financially prosperous in what they're doing. That combination to me is a perfect recipe for making work a great part of your life. And so that's my vision, is for people to see work and money as allies in their life and things they can lean on so that they have something that makes them feel important and something that gives them a place to go to develop a sense of identity and purpose and meaning in the world. My greatest hope for my clients is that they will develop a holistic relationship with work, money, and life, and there won't be this separation where they go to work and then they live their life after work. And they will develop work or businesses that they love, they look forward to going to, and they give them the freedom and the income and the happiness that they're looking for in their life.